I made an honest mistake, and I hope that in your ruling that it doesn't end my life here.
Welcome back to Wake Up America. I'm Christina Thompson. That was American WNBA star Brittney Griner speaking before her sentencing yesterday in a Russian court. Griner received 9 years of jail time for smuggling drugs into Russia. Joining us now, retired Air Force Brigadier General, Deputy Military Rep to NATO, and Newsmax contributor Blaine Holt, and former tennis pro, U.S. Davis Cup captain, and host of Holding the Court podcast. General, let's go to you first. How much of this ruling is just Russia trying to get back at America for helping Ukraine throughout the Russian invasion of the country?
Oh, Christina, good morning. It's good to be with you and Patrick. But this is the whole thing. She is caught up in a war, and she is being used as a pawn. Her celebrity, all of this has to do around that. They're taking advantage. She may have made an innocent mistake, but she's just being levered as a propaganda tool. We needed to get to the sentencing part to get to the end of this so that negotiations can start to go forward for her and for Paul Whelan, I must say.
Right. I don't want to forget about Paul Whelan here because he's been there for a while. He's also an American veteran. I mean, it's incredibly upsetting that he also has not been brought home yet. But Patrick, the White House, they released a statement, President Biden saying that Russia is wrongfully detaining Brittney Griner. It's unacceptable, and I call on Russia to release her immediately so she can be with her loved ones. But is this wrongful detaining? I mean, she did break a Russian law. She did bring that weed pen into Russia. She smuggled drugs over their border.
Well, Christina, good morning to you and to Blaine as well. It's a privilege to be on with both of you. I agree with you. I was surprised when I heard the press secretary say those comments. And Brittney Griner herself admitted that she made a mistake. And Russia is a sovereign country. They have their own rules. They have their drug laws, which are much stricter than us. And I think, look, for Vladimir Putin, I mean, forgive me, I guess, for saying this. This was a slam dunk opportunity for him. And he took this opportunity to get back at the United States in some form for all that our country is doing, obviously, because of what his country is doing in the Ukraine. It's taken the Ukraine story to a certain extent off the front pages and the news cycle, at least momentarily. And I actually think that by sentencing Brittney Griner to 9 years, remember, it could have been 10 years, he's sending a little bit of a message that's saying, we're willing to negotiate just a little bit, because we could have easily given her the full sentence, but we gave her 9 years, which, of course, we all hope won't happen. And as you mentioned also in Paul Whelan, I think he and his family are likely the only winners in this horrendous situation, because at least the Biden administration, again, is talking about him. And if there is this prisoner swap, which I believe there will be, he will certainly be included, we hope.
Hopefully. I mean, finally, he's been there so much longer. General, what are the next steps for the White House and President Biden? Russia obviously playing chess, not checkers, and we're getting the short end of the straw out of this. The merchant of death now offered up. Is that going to go through?
Well, so what I hope happens is that all of this gets off the stage and our State Department pulls this back and makes the diplomatic sausage behind the scenes. We don't need to see this publicly play out, because then you're playing a much weaker hand. What I think would probably happen is the Russians are going to demand in return a heck of a lot more than just the death merchant. They're going to want more than that. And we'll see how that starts to play out, certainly. I would remind everybody, though, this is a perfect opportunity to reflect on over 67 Americans improperly, illegally taken hostage or imprisoned around the world. And we would like to hear more about all of their stories, because this is a very important issue. And if this is how this is going to work out, that we get these two Americans both home, which I'm praying for, we better be watching out for celebrities around the world and pop stars in countries that we don't like very much falling into this type of zone more often.
Well, it does pose the question, are they getting special treatment just because she is a quote unquote famous basketball player? But Patrick, I mean, you are heavily involved in the world of sports. This is someone who, she doesn't come out on the court when the national anthem plays, or she takes a knee. What do you think is going to happen when she comes back into the country eventually? Do you think that she's going to start showing more respect for the flag and the national anthem?
Well, I think that she has a right to do that if she wants to do that. I know a lot of people are sort of coming after her for that. To me, that's her personal right, and her ability to do that is fine with me. To me, that's what the United States is all about. But I think she'll have definitely, Christina, a different perspective coming back. I mean, I've been lucky enough to travel to many places around the world where the rules, regulations, and laws are a lot different than here in the United States. And certainly, I think we can all agree that there are a lot of things that we as a country can do better in our world. But when you do go to other places around the world, you realize, when I'm flying back on that flight and I'm landing back in the United States of America, I'm like, yep, I think I'm pretty darn lucky to be here. I think Brittney Griner will feel that as well, but I also think she deserves to be able to say what she wants. That's what makes this country great.
You're right. That is what makes this country great. And I hope that when she comes home from Russia, she's able to see just how great it is with, of course, you're right, everyone's still striving for mutual respect for all people here. But General Blaine Holt, Patrick McEnroe, thank you both so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Christina.
Good morning. Have a great weekend. Thanks.
Hey, guys, it's Rob Carson. With inflation at its highest level in 40 years and interest rates skyrocketing, your retirement plans are in danger. Well, our friends at American Hartford Gold can help show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Yeah. If you call them right now, they have a special offer. They will give you a free gold coin on your first qualifying order. So don't wait. Call now. Here's the number, 866-935-4309. That's 866-935-4309, or text Newsmax to 65532. That's Newsmax to 65532. Thank you.